what we are going to want to do is choose the type of game that we want to play. If you're like myself and you're still new to the game, you're going to have to make a few achievements until you can move forward. So let's go ahead and choose a game here. We're going to look for one with as few players as possible, and that will just give us a better chance of choosing a better country. Let's go for this one. Now, once we go in there, it restarts the game for us. Okay, so now it's serious business time. We've got a few countries to our disposal. I think what we're gonna go for is a country not surrounded by too many AI or too many other players. So I think what I'm gonna choose for this one is Norway. We'll reunite the entire Norwegian region under one king. Alright, so we've just spawned in. This is us, all the way going up here. Alright, so the first thing that I would recommend is getting your economy going. Now we can see that we've got one double tile over here, and I think we've got another one, workshops. Same we do over with this one. Alright, now we've got that going. Alright, now at least I know that most of my most important places are covered with this workshop that we're going to need so that they can start producing resources for us. Alright, so what I like to do then next is go into my provinces. I'm gonna select all of them. And then what I would like to do is to get all of them to get building on the same thing. So there we can see I'm going to build 2 workshops. Right, so next up what I like to do is I like to go and check all of my provinces, and we're going to be building workshops inside there. Let me just hide this little thing up there. Alright, so once we've selected all of them, we have the option to either produce or build buildings on a massive scale. So in this case we're going to go for the little hammer here, and that's going to give us the option to build factories and workshops. So we've got 2 buildings that already have workshops, so 9 of them still need that, and we're gonna put that straight up in there. All right, now let's see what we've got here. Danger zones are this. All the way up to here, we've got no protection. In fact, our pants are down, to say the least. So what we're going to do is, once this is built, we are going to put fortifications all around. down here. And then we're going to build armor cars as quickly as possible. Alright, we can get started on some of those armored cars if we had the oil. Alright, speaking of oil, a big part of the game would be working with your resources. Making sure that all your resources are balanced out in one way or another. At the bottom you can see there's a total consumption, it's 100% met. So we just want to make this bar go down a little bit so that it's balanced. And now the food is still met, but we're going to be making food. Then material wise, I think we'd rather want some more steel, so we're gonna put up that wood consumption to about there. Should be fine, because I'm looking for a lot of steel in the early games. Okay, and then energy wise, this would give us an overview of the gas that we've got, or the coal that we've got, and how much is being used. It used to say how much and how long it would last, but let's go and adjust it also here. I'm going to take that oil down all the way, and then we're going to bring up the gas a bit, see if we can kind of balance it out, seeing as we've got about the same amount of gas as we do have coal. Okay, I think that's close enough for me for now. Alright, and then the last one is money. This would tell us how much money we're making. So right now we're making about $1,000 an hour. Alright. So this would be the first few steps that we take, and up in this tab here it's going to give us all of the news that's been happening on the front lines, and then this is the newspaper. It will also tell you what's been going on abroad. You can also go in here and publish an article. Say hello from Norway. As Norway, and yeah, we'll say Norway seeks trading partners. All right, and that's going to set us up for the very first invitation of other teams to join us. Alright, so let's look at our defensive part. So what we're going to do here, once this is finished, we're going to be putting up 1, 2, 3 at least. And then down here a lot less of these fortifications, but definitely where these countries are very close to us. I can already see one country making a move, so I'm going to have to be ready for that. Now, something that we should consider is making diplomatic moves with friends and say, hey, hi, let's become trading partners, trade partners. And that would help us a bit in the future. Also up here, we're going to do the same. We want our neighbors not to suspect any of our moves. So we want them to think that we are obviously friendly. We are friendly, but the game is about conquering the world. I wanna become trade partners. Excuse the little doggies. Alright, and then a lot of the time players will come back and they'll tell you, what does that mean? What is a trade partner? And then obviously you'll be able to explain that to them. Now, when it comes to coalitions and making alliances, you're not going to want to choose those people right next to you, or else you're going to have trouble invading anybody else. Alright, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to see if there are any coalitions up already. And then there's one for the USA. Here's one for the Eastern or Western War. We'll apply for that one. We'll say we want to be part of them. Interesting. Alright, so you can join up with any of these coalitions, or you can create your own one. You can create your own flag and so on. So what we're going to do is we're going to join up with those two, and hopefully they'll let us in. In here you can chat. So in future, that is very important to communicate with people in this game. It is role playing, but it's also a real-time strategy game, so you're going to want to stick to not only the role, but having to do that role, particularly of being a governor and speaking to people, because if there's no communication in government, trust me, it becomes a banana republic, if I can call it that much. Basically meaning that the peanuts rule the bananas, and yeah, you're an AI player then. So for now, we're going to start producing our fortresses. Now I'm thinking one fortress, skip one, another fortress, skip one. Just so we can see how far we can get out with this first one. Alright. And seeing as this game is quite long, we're gonna cut in every few hours and do a video and record it, and we'll just call it part 1, episode whatever, and it will start running from there. We call it the Reign of Norway, for instance. Okay, so now we start running out of stuff. First thing we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to put up some steel in here. So that's what we're going to be needing. Alright, should be enough to get us going. Oh, mind you, I think it was 2,000. 2,000 is what we needed. My apologies for the doggies if you do hear them. We're gonna buy some more. We'll buy all the iron that's available right now, because it might get silly and we won't find any iron for sale anymore. Alright, so let's build up these ones that we've been trying to aim for. Okay, and then maybe another one over here. That should be, oh, we're gonna run out of steel. Oh well, well that has happened. we've also been getting a message back from the Diplomacy. So let's go and see what we've got here. All right, Sweden says, okay, great stuff. We'll just say thank you. Thanks. All right. Well, everybody, with that in mind, let's make it the end of this session. Dogs are going wild outside here. I don't want to spoil it too much, but come around the next time and let's see what's happened to our army. All right, have a good night. Please like, please subscribe, and see you next time.